From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. Early summer of 1873, Texas country south and east of Fort Clark, rimming the lowlands of the Rio Grande. Country terrorized by Manitou and the renegade Shirakawa under his command. For 4 months, Manitou had been tracked by Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and members of the 4th Cavalry. Each time, the Indian renegade had escaped to continue plundering and killing. With a handful of picked raiders, Mackenzie sought the renegade Manitou in a land which knew only the law of violence.
Colonel! Cut him loose, Sergeant.
Murdered the scouts to let me know he's put a price on my head. $500, dead or alive.
Manitou?
Yeah, it's Manitou, all right. What the colonel's got now is a private war for himself. Just him and Manitou. I'm betting Manitou ain't very far. Been in this territory a long time, Lieutenant. The things about it I'll never know for sure. But there's one thing I do know for sure. Where you find sorrow, Manitou's been there.
We'll get him.
But how long will it take, sir? The colonel's had a $500 reward posted on Manitou for the last 6 months now. Nobody's given him to us, and we've never found him. Now he's laughing at us, putting $500 of his own on the colonel's head.
Have the men mount up, Sergeant.
Back to the fort, sir?
No. To Manitou.
Clear them out! Out!
Lieutenant? Pretty good terrain if Manitou were waiting to ambush us, wouldn't you say?
Like a textbook.
Lieutenant? Lieutenant, let's assume we're about to be ambushed.
I'd say that was a pretty good assumption, sir.
Only let's reverse it.
Yes, sir.
Take half the troop and circle through that wash so they won't be seen. When we ride into the ambush area, have them attack from the flank. Maybe a waste of ammunition, and then again, it may not be. Let's find out.
Right, sir.
How do you feel, son? Son, at ease.
Something to write home about, sir. Before, nothing much to write except walking guard, spitting and polishing.
You right-handed, trooper?
Yes, sir.
Well, somebody's got to write home about what happened today, don't they? I'll tell you what. When we get back to the fort, you tell me what to write.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant?
We looked at all the dead, Colonel. Monitu's not among them.
Some tracks by the Rio Bravo. Could be made off during the skirmish. Manitou.
I'd say so. Get my horse. I'm going after him.
Alone?
Get the troops back to the fort. There isn't one of them that doesn't need medical attention.
May I speak off the record, Colonel?
Very well.
Manitou will lead you further away from the fort.
And?
You'll never make it back alive.
That could be, Lieutenant. But what would you do in my place? All right, get the troops back to the fort.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Sergeant, that young trooper.
Mitchell, sir.
I promised to write a letter for him when we get back to the fort. You do it, will you?
Yes, sir.
Prepared to lay down his life to fulfill his secret orders to clean up the Southwest, Mackenzie moved out alone into Chiricahua country in relentless pursuit of the enemy Manitou.
Take you back.
"43 miles southeast of Fort Clark, deep in Chiricahua country. Two men, Colonel Randall Mackenzie and the renegade Chiricahua Manitou. Each bore deep hatred for the other. Each knew that one must soon destroy the other.
Water. Drink.
I waited. I fed you water to learn a thing. Why did you save my life?
You were helpless. Would have been murder to kill you then.
Yet you would take me back to your fort and execute me.
Yes.
I've seen your executions, Mackenzie. The man is propped up. Ceremony. A rag is put over his eyes. Drums, prayers, soldiers marching. Then the man is slaughtered. This is what you had in mind for me?
Yes.
I have the answer that was a riddle to me. Now I leave you here to die. By your own reasoning, I would be less a man than you if I were to leave you here. Nor would I murder a helpless man. The bullet must come out. Fight in here. Hard. matter. Try to stand, Mackenzie. Now we shall ride together to your execution. To my people in the ceremony of death we have. You see, I saved your life for the same reason you saved mine. We would not execute a dying man no more than you would. Go. Then your death shall be here and...
Price on both our heads. They take your body into the fort, get the bounty.
I prefer they took your body to the Chiricahua.
We need each other.
For the present. We must go before they come up. There's one path. Follow me.
June 2nd, 1873. 5 scavengers rode out of the hills to collect a human bounty. Reward money for Mackenzie or Manitou, payable upon death.
We'll drive the horses that way. Then we'll go up there.
That won't fool them. They'll know we're up there.
I want them to. Come on.
June 3rd, 1873, Colonel Ranald Mackenzie returned to Fort Clark, carrying with him the dead body of the Chiricahua renegade, Manitou. But still it remained a land of the violent, and no one knew when or where they would rise up to plunder and destroy. But when they did, standing against them, a man, Colonel Mackenzie, ready to strike back with all the power at his command. Mackenzie's raiders did ride again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest, make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making.